What is up, friends and family? Here we go again. Chat Grapple and Cheap Pops in your ears, in front of your eyes. We are back. And this time, a very special subject. But before all of that, it's me, it's JB. Mr. No Hats, No Trainers. We said this last week. The Raz Prince of all podcasts. The best Chris in all of wrestling podcasts, Mr. Chris Dredd.
Yes.
How are you, man?
I'm all right, mate. I'm fucking cream crackered a little bit. I know it's only Monday, but I'm a little bit knackered. But shout outs to Bishop as well for always checking in with us, always listening to the episodes, and publicly outing me on Twitter for having a couple grey pubes.
We've gone straight back there. I thought we would skip that bit for just a minute, but no, it's fine.
Bro.
We're back on.
We dive straight in, bro. We dive straight in.
Just handful of balls. Just
go on then.
We've grabbed Chris by the grapefruits, and there is no shame nor apology for it.
Absolute moments.
We spoke about this on our latest episode. It is the new year, so it is time for you to renew your VPN. Surely
it is.
Check out the link below or above on the video. It's above us, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what? Now, one of the most I say popular, one of the widest crimes is like identity fraud. So, you know, people getting your online data, getting your address, your email address with all your shit in. You know, you need that virus protection. You need that protection for your computer when you're going on websites, when you're buying shit on the internet. Do it all on a VPN. Use our VPN. It is Surfshark. It will protect you. It will protect your data. It will stop them pesky online thieves taking your online data, stealing your identity, trying to be JB, trying to be Chris Dredd when they cannot be that.
You don't go into a third date unprotected, do you?
Of course not, bruv.
No, of course not.
Wrap up, blood.
Yeah, get some protection. And in this case, Surfshark, 83% off. That's right.
83% off and free months in and of itself. In and of its fucking self.
With virus protection. It can't go wrong. Surfshark is the one. Click the link anywhere that Chris puts it.
Anywhere where I stick it, you will be able to touch it. It will be in the description.
But safely.
Safely. It'll be top and bottom of the description as always. Surfshark VPN. It is it's your VPN. It's your virus protection. It is your carefree way to browse online, safe in the knowledge that no one can steal your identity, no one can buy shit on your cards, and you are protected. You can do whatever you want, free and easy.
Let's be honest, for you guys, we just turned our sponsor into an innuendo.
Yeah.
They'll be pissed if they hear this.
I mean, fuck it, man. They love it. They're fine with it. They're all right, bro. Thomas is fine, man. He's good.
So
good lad.
let's go. Let's get to it. We are talking about the biggest story of the last week.
Apart from Mercedes Moné's hair.
A shrug of the shoulders. Whatever. It's not the best of... LA in PWG. It's none of that stuff. It's the fact that Vincent Kennedy himself, the boss, put himself and two of his old friends, partners, buddies, whatever you want, back on the board at WWE. Yikes. I mean, here's a man, he's not bulletproof. He had some allegations thrown his way. He'd paid a few people off using company funds, which is...
Man was like this. I was like, fuck.
Or was it his own funds or something? I can't remember. But
no, the reason for the internal investigation was because apparently he used company funds, I believe. Yes.
Yeah. Company funds to get a few NDAs up and running.
Pay rises.
Yeah. Yeah, John Laurinaitis took a massive hit in the fallout as well. But
Yeah.
the point is, he's back. And a lot of speculation, a lot of rumor, innuendo, X and Y's. But the biggest point is that he's looking to sell.
Well, possibly. This is the issue with the wrestling, the wrestling media, if we can even call it that. There has been. Do you know my personal opinion is this? Well, let's go with what we know initially, right? So I'm going to share. I'm going to send this to. I'm going to send this to Jay Bizzle right now. All right.
Okay.
So
what have we got?
So let's send this to JB. All right. So this is an article not from fucking Bix and Span, not from fucking any of them other so-called wrestling journalists. This is from CNN Business, right?
Business.
Business. Look at a business unit. You're a businessman. Yeah. So basically, this is from CNN Business. And this is basically breaking it down into what's actually happened. Because
Okay.
like JB said, it is a lot of speculation, innuendo. My personal opinion is the reason why they have said that they are possibly looking to sell is because they know that in the speculative market, when you say that a company like WWE may be up for being sold, it automatically gives like a false rise in the stock price.
There's a bump.
Which would basically counteract any lull in the stock price, knowing that Vincent Kennedy McMahon was coming back on board.
I ain't gonna lie, I got some stock, so.
So you know what I'm saying? Like man's, when man says him a ting, then him a ting. Yeah. So
yeah, that's I do have a little bit of stock there. Some like
for me, that's why I think they did it. So in this article, it basically says that he's returning to the company as a board member. Okay. Not as any like creative team or anything like that. He's apparently not, if Vince is going to be involved, he's only going to be involved in any which way that he has previously been involved since he left, which is maybe nothing. Hunter literally said to him, look, Hunter's literally said, like, he told me, look, you got to stop thinking about what I would do. And you got to do what you would do. People are talking about the flavors of ice cream. Now it's time for you to pick the flavor, all this kind of shit. So I personally I'm not worried about Vince getting involved in so-called creative endeavors in the company, storyline, stuff like that.
I'll be really honest. I'm not even certain that his creative process ever left. I mean, there's a pretty obvious stamp that Triple H has put on the shows, including bringing back a lot of his talents when he was in charge of NXT and all that, like including recently, Jonah or Bronson Reed and stuff like people who maybe wouldn't have been given that chance if Vince was there. And Dexter Lumis is one of them. I like Dexter, but I can't see where much of it's going.
I mean, that's what I thought. Vince has always, he's never going to not be there. It's fucking WWE.
It's a big shadow.
And he's Vince McMahon. He's always, and also he's fucking Triple H's father-in-law and Steph's dad, who is acting like she's acting CEO, whatever. So he's returned to the board. So why
he has the biggest share of voting power on the board.
Yeah,
because he's the biggest shareholder.
Yeah, and it is the type of shares that he has ensures that he has control over any decisions like that. So, all right, if they were going to sell, he would ultimately be the one in control of who buys it or who has a shout in buying it. Fine. So basically, what he's saying that he intends to undertake a review of its strategic alternatives don't know what that, with the goal being to maximize value for all shareholders. So
which can involve, a sale, or it can also involve negotiations for television rights.
absolutely, which was my next point. That is what is happening, because he will be there negotiating TV deals, other certain deals with maybe toy companies or whatever, with international markets. We just don't know. It is literally speculation and innuendo. We don't know. I mean, after the announcement, shares closed 17% higher. All the AEW fucking marks will have you think that the shares went tumbling and everyone's shitting their pants and all this kind of stuff. Some people might be worried. Sure. Some people might think, oh shit, Vince is back. I'm not necessarily...
And the people that got kicked off the board will be...
Yeah, things like that. So, but what he said was, in the press release, quote, WWE has an exceptional management team in place, and I do not intend for my return to have any impact on their roles, duties, or responsibilities.
Do you think it's a lot like the latter days of Ted Turner, in Turner Broadcasting? And, he was a figurehead, but in name only. Like, there was no real
Absolutely.
there was no, he didn't have the pulling power that he, and the power in general to save WCW, because it was, at that point, his power had been taken from him. Yeah, he was still like the visual figurehead.
It's slightly different with Vince, with the fact that
Vince, yes,
he he actually does have some kind of power there. He does have the veto kind of vote on anything, any huge decisions. So it's...
I don't think Vince would have got rid of Mandy Rose.
That's
my opinion.
I don't think he maybe would have, but you've got to...
He would have used it to his advantage.
What, to get a little blowy or something?
No. But I mean, he would have used it to... the old Vince would have been publicizing that shit for...
Yeah.
Mandy would have been doing the Playboy or whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean, mate, you're right. He would have used it to... But the thing is, it's more of a PG product, isn't it? And I personally, I don't know, and I have not seen any pictures or videos that Mandy Rose supposedly posted on her members-only content. I don't know how close to the mark any of that kind of shit was. I mean, if anyone could, was it close to the mark? Have we heard any?
Sorry, I was making a face at you saying you've not seen it.
I swear to you, bro, I don't. I've heard people saying that it was fucking close to the mark, but I don't know if she's actually naked, if she's got Jack and Danny out. I don't know.
From what I have read, this is the read. We don't have to. There's nude-ish, but not full frontal or anything like that. I don't know.
So basically,
like a side shot of her in the shower with her man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bruv. It's just going to be fucking side boob, bit of leg, just for the thirsty motherfuckers that want to pay money to see
smash their meat around. Yeah,
you get what I'm saying, bruv. It's kind
boring.
Of So really, it's boring. So you've got to ask the question. Okay, why was she? There's got to be more to it, bruv. There's got to be more.
She was making a lot of money, and that was the thing. There's a report that she's made like $1 million or something off of this content.
As soon as she left, in the week after she left, she made $500,000 in new subscriptions. So
insane.
It might be
she ain't broke.
No, but this is the thing, and people are saying, she's working her ass off in NXT, breaking her body up when she could be doing that and just making money or whatever. But do you want to be a wrestler, or do you want to be a fucking softcore porn picture person? What do you want to be? That's the difference.
In today's world, you can't be both.
Well, in WWE, clearly not.
No.
In WWE, you're either
I'm almost certain you couldn't be in AEW either.
But No, well, do you know what I mean? Like Thunder Rosa apparently had OnlyFans, but who wants to see that fucking broke ass bitch? Her fucking private pictures. Nobody wants to see that, blood. You know what I mean? Anyway, opinions aside. So basically, there's other stuff in this article saying that, totaling 19.6 million, it forced the company to revise its financial statements for 2019, 2020, 2021. Although many of the payments are related to the company's investigation of his alleged sexual misconduct with former employees, McMahon reportedly made undisclosed payments of up to $5 million to former President Donald Trump's charity, the Donald J. Trump Foundation, in 2007 and 2009. Reported that he paid 12. So this is the one. The 12 million, more than 12 million to 4 women, including the one from the prior report, to cover up allegations of sexual misconduct and infidelity. So, that's a big one, bro. That is
it's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. So that's that's like $3 million average per female. So, I mean, you've got to then ask the question, what the fuck was he doing, bro, with these women? It like, I'm not being funny. Well, it can't have just been a little bit of fucking slap and tickle, bro. Maybe they were putting the strap on and fucking pegging the cunt. And he's trying to hush him up.
I think it was, in regards to like infidelity, I think it's more likely he needed it to stay quiet. He needed to stay quiet from his, wife, his daughter, his son, Although it was most likely common knowledge. People talk.
I was going to say, that's what it makes. If it was common knowledge, then what was the point in trying
it's either that or there's been some funny business, some weird Tony Atlas sort of shit, like
bro, that's what I'm saying.
Stomp on his face or something,
squishing his nuts with high heel shoes and that. You know what I mean? Like, so this is the question. There must be more to it. There's always more to it than what we are gonna ever know. There was, and I will return to this again. We have spoke about it in previous episodes. There was a wrestling shoot interview, bombshell tonight, with Billy Jack Haynes.
Oh, Lord.
And Billy Jack Haynes was talking about this almost fucking 15 years ago, maybe more, about the alleged sexual activities of Vince McMahon and how he was involved with multiple women, how his missus even knew they'd been living separate lives for many years. But bruv, look at this as well. Regardless of Billy Jack Haynes, look at the content of the WWE surrounding a certain Trish Stratus, right? Now, you must remember certain segments and certain, there was a lot of sexualization, and Vince was not shy in being the focus of that.
He wasn't shy of being the focus of it, and it was almost any woman. It was so in your face. It was so playing that character of Mr. McMahon, of having Trish Stratus, and bro, there was an alleged, I don't know, but many people have spoken about it, that one of the talents that he's paid off, that he had certain dealings with a talent, and I'm going to speculate that I think it was Trish Stratus. I think there was allegedly.
Well, it was allegedly, innit? Like, allegedly it was Trish. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot to unpack, and it's really difficult because there's a lot of other stuff going on in wrestling this week as well with that, bro. Did you see the news of CM Punk back in the gym, and people saying that CM Punk has said to Tony he wants to come back and do business?
I've seen nothing of the sort, so this is news to me.
Wow, exclusive, bloke.
Yeah.
I've seen that today. Now, who it was said to or who about, we need to really talk to Billy Barty about this, or someone who's got their kind of fingers in pies. Who knows? But I've seen today.
What Vince got in trouble for?
Yeah, well, he was putting his fingers in more than pies, wasn't he?
Well, you set me up there, man. I can't do that. Like, yeah.
So, there's a lot going on. I mean, what? I mean, fucking hell. How mad would it be if? Also, another thing before I go on the little tangent. Have you seen the pre-Royal Rumble video package kind of graphics and stuff?
I've seen a bit of it. I've seen the electric. Yeah,
electrifying.
I think Cody was on the poster and everything. Like it.
But who's the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, JB?
Sunset Skip.
I mean, okay, shout out to Sunset Skip. Apart from Sunset Skip, who's the most electrifying man in sports entertainment?
We're talking about Barry Horowitz again. I'm doing this for fun. It is Dwayne. It is The Rock. Yeah,
we're talking about The Rock, and it looks quite electrifying. So, are they just playing? I seen The Rock recently when he was doing certain things for his movie. Man looks fucking ripped,
swole.
He looks swole, bruv. Have you? He looks. Talk about swole, bruv. Just a quick tangent. Yeah.
Here we go.
Every time someone says swole, it makes me think of Mr. Franks. Have you seen the guy that does the videos? And he's like, on Monday we do arms, because if you wanted a thick mommy eating up your cock goo, then your arms better be fucking swole or whatever. Have you seen that guy?
I haven't. To be honest,
amazing, right? I can't remember what his first name is, but it's he used the shouty man that was in the car with the bandana, who's ripped. He's like,
oh yeah.
That's him, man.
Okay.
He's got some great funny little videos, man. Check him out. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, man. I mean, how amazing would it be if fucking CM Punk turns up over the next year or so in WWE?
I don't think it's that amazing.
But, it is, my friend. Because think about CM Punk. He never really wanted to come back to wrestling. He's come back to AEW. All of this shit's gone on. So he went to AEW and he's like, I'm working with fucking children. Yeah. These people are fucking a joke. Yeah. They can't run a piss up in a brewery. Yeah.
That's all fine. That's all well and good. But
yeah.
It looked like he didn't have it.
But
that's the point I'm making when I say I don't want to see him. It's not because CM Punk, he can talk, he can like you said about Eddie Kingston, great talker. But now CM Punk, great talker, put him the bell rings. It wasn't that enjoyable.
No, because I think first of all that ring rust of however many years and him coming back to a full-time position in AEW, as soon as he started working and that, things just started breaking, bro. It's like if you know what I'm saying? If you've got a car, it's been sitting on your drive for 7 years, then you try and start that fucker up and go try and do donuts in Astor car park, it's gonna break. So he's come back to the business. He's realised, actually, I need to up my game on this one. He's had all this shit going on with these wankers in AEW, seeing how the place is being run like an absolute joke. And he's probably thinking, do you know what? WWE weren't that bad, bro. I was trying to bring that kind of professionalism here, and no one wanted to fucking know. WWE at this point, if Triple H is a smart man, would try and speak with Philip. Try and say to him, look, what is going on? Can we just tempt you back for it? Imagine, like, his music hits and he comes out at one event somewhere, bro. Fucking hell. That would be amazing. He don't even need to,
Money in the bank at the O2, right?
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we've got to have it, it's wrestling, bro. You've got to say that CM Punk would still have drawing power if he came back to
He has
WWE.
drawing power. He has a massive live crowd. He gets a pop. But like I said, when the bell rings, it's different.
I think he knows that now. I think he's realised that being out of the business for that long, coming back in and doing the full-time thing, and that is not an easy thing, and he's got to step up his game. And he if he wants to do it. But this is the news I've heard. The news I heard today from a few different sources was CM Punk's back in the gym. He reportedly has spoken to whoever he's spoken to, saying, look, I want to come back and do business. And to be fair, this is a time now, if that is true, let's just say, for argument's sake, this is true. This would be the time for Tony Khan to put on his big boy pants and say, do you know what? Yeah, come back and do business. If you want to talk about blurring the lines between kayfabe, what's real, what's not, what's wrestling, what's real, let's fucking do this storyline. Let's do the Elite against CM Punk. Let's have CM Punk come back. Let's have him team up with MJF or someone against the fucking. Let's have, the Elite.
FTR because they're his buddies.
Yeah, or exactly. That's what I'm saying. Whoever. Have FTR come back with him against the Elite. It writes itself, really. And he's
obviously it writes itself.
Yeah, he's still under contract. Tony's paid a lot of money. Why not?
And, ratings aren't what they are. So
no, they ain't, bruv. And CM Punk coming back on them screens would do a lot to pump them ratings up. Ain't nobody want to see fucking 7 matches of the Elite versus fucking Death Triangle, blood. No one wants to see that, bro.
I was done at 1. It was good.
It was one and done. It was a one and done thing. It never needed to be 7 matches.
No, it's
goodness
massive overkill.
Booker of the fucking year, my ass.
Oh. He touched the nerve, did he?
Bruv, honestly, so stupid.
But don't worry, because the ratings are going to go through the roof on Wednesday when on Dynamite, when Mercedes is the special tag partner, surprise partner, whatever.
Nah, she ain't. She ain't going AEW. She'd be stupid to do that, bruv. She'd be silly. It would be. It will be like cutting your own cock off, mate, with a rusty knife. There's no way that for her stock that would do. She'll be lost in the, there's no point, man. She's got nothing who's she gonna, I've seen all this fantasy booking online. Oh, some guy, hear me out. Mercedes Moné goes there and Jade Cargill sells her the title and all this kind of shit. And some
sells the title.
Yeah, because then she never lost it.
What is this? Some sort of like
and she
Andre DiBiase deal?
Yeah, and it's like she gives it to someone who she feels is worthy of it. And all this.
Let's make that clear. That was someone fantasy booking, right? That wasn't a real thing.
No, that was someone fantasy booking. Thank
God for that.
Go on to the Facebook group. AEW fans said what?
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, shout out to whoever is running that.
Yeah,
that guy.
Great little page.
I'm going to veer off for a second because I came across a wonderful tweet. So amazing. Someone decided to go in on the developmental part of AEW. The quote is, and I got to read it all.
I saw it.
AEW has no developmental. And then they go on to say, Jade Cargill, no pro wrestling experience, now a mainstream star. We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Hook, no pro wrestling experience, now incredibly technically sound. We'll come back to that. Tay Mello, visible in-ring improve. This is their words. Within months of signing. AEW has the best developmental in wrestling today. Oh, God.
God help me. God help
That's
me.
some hard simping right there.
But that's that guy, whoever that is, or girl, or they, is on that hardcore copium, bro. They are chuffing that copium like you would not believe, dude.
Oh,
Good
man,
Lord.
Incredible, sort of take that was, and I couldn't let it slide.
Mate, if their developmental is so good, how come they haven't pushed up people like Anthony Ogogo from their developmental onto their main roster?
Let me do the test here. Like, let's go through them one by one. Jade Cargill, now a mainstream star. 2 seconds. Hi, honey. You right? Have you ever heard of Jade Cargill? You know the name?
I can see Mrs. B in the background. She's just in between. When you turn, I can see her in between one of the slats of the blind. That's fucking amazing. You turned and her head just popped up. That was amazing.
Have you ever heard of Jade Cargill? Apart from when I've mentioned it. The name is familiar.
Yeah. But probably because she lives with you.
Yeah, most likely. She's probably heard me say it way too many times.
Yeah.
Is she a mainstream star?
No, of course not.
What films have we seen her in?
Nothing.
Has she done any ads, any, TV shows?
She's been to American football games. She's been to baseball games.
Yeah.
She's been to this and that. She might have been on a TV show or two in America.
Now, we have made so many points about Jade Cargill and that no pro wrestling experience. It still looks like that sometimes.
It does.
But the best developmental in wrestling today. Hook, incredibly technically sound. Where? Show me.
He genetically came out of Taz's nutsack, so that's where he's got.
So it counts for 50% of it.
Yeah, it's like natural God-given genetics.
He can suplex people and not sell stuff. Sorry, that doesn't make you technically sound. That means that your, enhancement talent or jobber is technically sound.
Yeah. And Barry Horowitz is a better technically sound than Hook.
He beat Skip.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Shout out Barry Horowitz, man.
Tay Mello, sweet Jesus. Visible in-ring improve within months of signing. And without saying the word nope, like that is just... Yeah. You seriously telling me that you think that Tay Mello, Tay Conti, whatever, Ty Conti, has improved in... No,
they're chuffing that copium, bruv. They're like this.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sweet copium. Oh, yeah, they are fucking on that shit, bro.
I'm so confused as to why so many wrestling journalists, or whatever they want to call themselves, ride so hard for AEW.
Because they have sniffed out. They've got more of a chance of being in that journalistic bubble around that company and having their forbidden back doors smashed in by Tony Khan or whoever,
or Sean Ross Sapp,
or Sean. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they've sniffed out that they're all trying to get in to that kind of little inner,
the inner circle
jerk. Yeah, that is because they've got no chance of, with WWE. It's different, it's different.
I don't know, like it was something that we could not ignore. That tweet was so poorly crafted that it needed addressing. And take so terrible, I had to tag the boy. Sent for the man, didn't I?
Sent for the man, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Shocking. Absolutely shocking.
There are absolute shocking takes that I'm seeing on a daily basis from AEW simps and hardcore diehard.
Well, that's what is simping, and I just don't understand. I get confused as to how it has to be that way.
Because don't understand wrestling, Jordan. That's why. You don't understand. Just enjoy wrestling, yeah? Just enjoy wrestling. All right, well, if AEW did some actual wrestling, I might enjoy it.
If we're commenting on what we've seen recently, did you see the video of Daniel Garcia kicking a fan?
To be honest, yeah, I slyly give him kudos for that, yeah, as well. Because maybe he's listened to Jim Cornette a little bit and realized that, these fans are about this close to, when you watch
They're
certain
too
wrestlers,
close. They're
yeah,
too close.
they're too close to thinking I could do that. Oh, these guys are fucking pussies. All right, well, come close to me and see what happens. You're going to catch this
But
boot to the
you
face.
also see the group of men, and I'm assuming they class themselves as men, standing at ringside, right close to the apron, all trying to flip off Daniel Garcia. They've all got them neck beards. They're all, and it's no secret, I'm an overweight guy, but these guys were also very, very overweight. And
it's different leagues, fam. It's different
yeah.
leagues. This is like Premier League and Division 2. Bro.
Again, like it's the thing, like they're flipping him off, like Daniel Garcia's like kicking him, and Daniel Garcia has all has the menacing aura that like wouldn't bother anyone. I'm pretty sure my 4-year-old son would take one look at him and just shake his head.
Par him off, you know what I mean?
Bro, send me Jungle Boy or someone big.
Yeah. Fucking.
I do not get the buzz around Daniel Garcia anyway. I don't think he's that great of a wrestler. I think his little run with Wheeler Yuta was beyond a joke. Like people hyping up, like they called it Rock Austin-esque and all that. And
I mean, bruv, they're on some copium again. That
helped
is just,
me.
How you can even with a straight face compare Rock and Austin to that. I don't. It fucking drives me insane, bro. I don't get it. Like what?
You doing that has got to be the thumbnail.
I will try and find it. Let's fucking. How many minutes in are we? You know what I mean? This is fucking. It is just. It's unreal, bruv. But this is the difference between. And to go back to WWE, this is the difference between. Whatever people want to say, however people want to take this, that is the difference between WWE and AEW. It is a chasm, a wide chasm between them.
My other problem with this, and this is about the wrestling company itself, where are your fucking barricades? Where are your barriers? Why are you letting these jerks get that close to the ring? It's not helpful. It's not safe. It's not anything. It's stupid. What, you make an extra few quid because you've squeezed in another 15 bodies around the ring? I've never. I'll have to look it up. I can never understand why having fans that close to the ring is a thing in indie wrestling. I think it's a grim idea of a joke. And again, someone will get hurt. Someone will get kicked. Someone will get smacked in the face.
Well, it doesn't look that the aesthetics of it don't even look that good either when you got fans that close to the ring. Like
it looks cheap.
Indie wrestling, should even still aspire to be more. I mean, but very quickly,
I think it was PWG.
Was it Pro Wrestling Guerrilla?
Yeah.
I mean, while we're talking about aesthetics of indie wrestling, just want to take a moment to again, this happened a few weeks back, but we just want to send our condolences to the family of our friend Len Davis, who passed away just before Christmas, I think, was it?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
It was just before Christmas. And that man, he did a lot,
Very good man.
huge amount for British wrestling in the independent scene. He was a trailblazer. How he envisioned what an independent wrestling promotion should look like, the video packages, the staging, the whole look of it was just something else. And he was a good man. He was
very good man. Even allowing your boys here to use the wrestling ring in Dagenham.
Like, and to keep kicking his ceiling tiles out when every time these motherfuckers
and not complain.
Would chuck me up for a double suplex. My feet would go through the ceiling. Shout out again, condolences to to his son Tom and to his family, Len Davis, one of the greats of British wrestling, one of the understated greats of British wrestling as well. You know what I mean? Like people
Well, yeah,
who know.
his work shouldn't be forgotten.
Yeah,
because what he did in terms of production
yeah,
and post production and all of that stuff for in what is independent wrestling, British wrestling
yeah.
in particular. He did a lot of work for the WAW as well as his own, I think, RQW.
Real quality wrestling, yeah.
Yeah.
RQW House in Dagenham,
Hell
man.
yeah, yeah.
Some good days in there, you know. And
Great times.
RQW, they've got a good video library of stuff. I think that is watchable. I think there's a lot
Was produced
online.
well.
Yeah, it's produced really well. So yeah, just talking about the aesthetics of independent wrestling just made me again, and I don't think we'd actually done that on the show yet.
No, we hadn't. So yeah,
So it was probably a good time to do that because he was a lovely man. He was loved by all, a very kind guy. And he let us run wild in that ring. And he's just a nice, happy chappy. And he went to America to live his dreams. And unfortunately, he fell ill fairly recently, and unfortunately passed away. So thoughts and that go out to Len's family. And once again, rest in peace, Len. Thanks for everything, dude.
Yeah, well said, man.
So so for that aside, I mean, so the situation with Vince McMahon, we have in the coming week, we are trying to pencil in a special guest.
Oh, it's penciled. Yes, it's not penned.
Yeah,
we haven't smashed down with the ink, but it is penciled.
We've got him penciled in. So this is a man who knows more than me and thee about the inner workings of WWE and possibly the mentality of Vince McMahon.
You would have shared a meeting space with him more than once.
Yes. So we have got this gentleman penciled in, and we are hoping to get him in to speak about this because a lot of it is speculation, innuendo. A lot more is going to come out in the coming weeks. So it is something that we just had to jump on and just try and, try and make some sense of, wouldn't it, Jay?
Yeah.
Like we just
get someone with some real background on it and see what we can talk about.
Yeah, see what we can hash out because we're gonna probe him of what he thinks and what he knows. He's a great mind for the business. So yeah, I mean we're excited to have him on. So we've got that penciled in for the next week. We're not sure when yet or what times.
We are trying to nail down a time.
We're trying to nail it down. So that is coming very, very soon. So I mean the whole video. I mean, what in reality, bro? What do you think is going to happen? Say in the next? Do you think WWE? I mean, the list of names that are coming out that they're going to sell to.
It's too many. Yeah, it's you can go one of two ways. It can be. I'm not still certain it's going to be sold. Vince could easily get his way back into creative processes. Obviously, the negotiating for rights deals and everything like that. But I mean, even something I saw earlier said, wouldn't it be funny if Vince was on commentary tonight?
Welcome, everyone.
Yeah, get him to do the voiceover for the Rumble. Like, why not?
Great stuff.
Like, yeah, I mean, could he be a surprise entrant in the Rumble? Why the hell not?
Oh my Lord! Imagine him bowsing down.
Exactly.
No chance.
They're gonna give him a screen time. They are.
I mean, they
and it's partially because of that stupid, ridiculous Vice documentary. Sorry, that Vice documentary was so bad that people not within the wrestling community and that would have looked at it and gone, really, this is crap.
What
It was a
documentary?
hit. It was a hit piece. It was the the 9 Lives of Vince McMahon or something like that. Like, and I watched it, and well, I was begging for it to end.
I personally haven't seen it yet because there are people on there that I want to hear
There,
what they've
there,
got.
there were people on there who are wise talking heads, very wise talking heads, but it was too brief. It
Right.
was rehashed stories from other episodes of what was the wrestling documentary called on Vice? Sorry, I forgot. It's just gone out of my head.
Dark Side of the Ring.
Dark Side of the Ring. That's right. So it was old video footage of Dark Side of the Ring episodes with smaller clips of, like Meltzer, Alvarez jumped in, other people. It was poor.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still to watch it, but I wanted to sit down properly and take it in.
It's always nice to see a friend on it, though.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but you got to go back and you got to go who was most of it researched by, who was most of it, done by and set up by.
But it's more like you say as well, how it's put together, how it's edited, how it is strict, the narrative of the documentary itself. What's the end goal of it?
It was ratings. I don't think you got that.
And to slag off Vince McMahon, or
which did nothing but make people sort of go, okay. Right. I'm not saying for an instant said, oh, he's not a bad guy, or anything like that, because he's obviously made some really fucked up choices in his life.
Of course he has, yeah.
But that documentary did nothing to further that. All it did was, for instance, make me go, this is shit. And, was this necessary? And it wasn't. It was a poor attempt to cash in on old stories from Dark Side of the Ring.
Right.
There was nothing. It would have been better for them if they'd have just had reruns of the Moolah episode or something.
Right.
Yeah, but
okay. I mean, I do need to. I literally haven't had a chance to check it out. I will be checking it out this week. Going because of things happening going forward with our next guest.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do need to check it out. But I mean,
Vince will not be a sleeping partner on this.
You don't think so?
Hell no. You don't put yourself in as the major shareholder, and you don't bring yourself back in on the board with some voting friends, because that's all Barrios and the other person are. They're just people that will vote with Vince
to bump up that percentile. Of
course, yeah.
Stooges, if you will.
Yeah. It's to boost your votes, as as any good politician would do.
Yeah. I mean, again, this is something that I want to talk to our up and coming guest about, but I've heard people say online that this Vince being brought back in and being given any kind of position or seat, what does that do to people who are, let's say, victims of alleged sexual misconduct and whistleblowers, who people that come forward and say, look, this guy did this, it kind of, does it not just create that atmosphere of where there's no what repercussions has he had from his actions? Whatever they are, whatever has happened, what real repercussions has he dealt with, really?
Well, that's something we'd like to know, but Is he going to be, removed from voting processes, for a certain period of time? Is there anything like that? The answer is probably not.
No, of course, no, I don't think so. Else, there's no point. I mean, he wants to. Excuse me. He wants to be there for that process. He wants to
Yeah.
be there in order to vote on those decisions. So, yeah, man, it's a fucking mad one. It's a mazza, as they say. Yeah, it's
We will see.
interesting. Also slightly unsettling as well for people who are. I mean, a lot of people are panicking and thinking, "Fucking hell, what's going to happen here?" We've just got a little bit of taste of life under trips, and Vinnie Mac is back. In what capacity?
Can I ask a one-word answer question?
Yeah.
Are you enjoying life under trips?
Yeah. More, well, yes. One word answer, yes.
And that's purely because of SmackDown, right?
Yeah, but there's more to be done.
Of course there
Rome wasn't built in a day. We've got another UK premium live event coming our way.
Oh yes.
Um,
We will do our best to be there.
it is. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot on Triple H's shoulders, and a lot on Shawn Michaels' shoulders, and a lot on Steph's shoulders, and a lot on.
Be a lot on Regal's shoulders as well.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Regal's got to be coming back, isn't he?
I believe he's already started work.
Bruv, do you know what I heard? Something ridiculous. That apparently, I don't know how true this is. I can't believe it myself. That William Regal has agreed because Tony Khan has said to him, "Yeah, you're not allowed to be on WWE TV to show your face on the TV until 2024." I don't believe it.
Something that has been put out there. It could be true. It couldn't be as well. I think a lot of these no compete things are getting silly now.
Yeah,
like they're getting way beyond the joke. This all started basically when, WCW and WWE had them in the 90s, but Vince put one on Brock Lesnar, didn't he, when he left the first time round? It was like a 10-year no compete or something that Brock challenged in court and won.
Yeah.
But I think in general, they're a joke. You don't see footballers or anything like that getting these ridiculous clauses in their contract saying, "Oh, if you leave, you can't go and play for anyone for 6 months." What sort of bullshit is that? These people there's a time limit on these people's careers. Not everyone works till they're 60, like Ric Flair.
That's right. Yeah.
You can't just tell someone, "All right, well, your contract's up," but you've still got to go 90 days before you can enter negotiations or even, start working again.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, it is bullshit, man. And it does go both ways, AEW and WWE.
Of course, they're both at it.
Yeah, they are
and
both at it.
It's comical that they think they can get away with that. I think someone within the FTC or something like that has brought it up somewhere recently.
Okay.
To say that these are probably unfair clauses in contracts. Because again, your window of money making is only so long. It's not, athletes or entertainers or anything like that. The combined athlete / entertainer cannot work until they're 50, 60, 70.
Someone I feel bad for now is Samoa Joe. They've got him jobbing to Darby Allin for the fucking title. And that guy, you remember the WrestleMania where it was pissing down with rain and they had him out there in that Macintosh holding it down in the rain when it got delayed by hours and hours.
It was it was interesting.
Samoa Joe, I really like Joe, and I liked him on commentary.
Yeah,
I liked him.
Good.
I thought he was really good. He's a professional, he's a pro. And again, we're talking about fucking sexual misconduct. We're talking about fucking Darby Allin. There's another person who,
Yeah,
is
but they don't want to hear about Darby Allin. They like Darby.
that's the thing. They
Vince
don't
is the
want to.
evil emperor. Like, anything for him was something. If someone puts up some sort of allegation against their beloved little Darby, it's different.
There was a lot of shit said against Darby Allin as well,
It
and
was.
a lot of horrible shit that he had allegedly done. And there was also wrestlers in WWE, active roster wrestlers that were coming out and fucking going at him on Twitter and all that. Just fucking, like what was her name? Cora Jade, was it? Who was friends with his ex, who actually came
Something
out and
like that, yeah.
just said, "Look, I'm sick of fucking holding my tongue anymore." Darby Allin's a fucking controlling. I think she called him the R word as well. That rhymes with gapist. Yeah, you know what I
Yes,
mean.
that one.
So it's because basically he was not a very nice human being. But like you say, they don't want to hear about that.
No.
If it's anybody else, they're like, oh, how can you, all the wokerati, yeah? They're
Cancel
saying,
them
oh, you can't have
immediately,
this
yeah.
guy, can't have that guy. Oh, but what about Darby Allin? Now put the fucking strap on him, mate. Fucking joke. So, that being said,
Yes, let's wrap it. Let's
wrap it up.
bring it to its conclusion. Let's say thank you to anyone that's still listening or watching.
Yeah.
Big up Ireland, because why not?
Yeah.
Our favorite people.
To be sure.
If you've made it this far, you know where we are, you know what we're doing. But Chris is going to tell you where you can hear us, because it's his thing, it's his shtick. He knows this shit.
It's what I do.
He's a ting.
That's my thing, bruv. So, if you're watching us on YouTube, you can see us on YouTube on Chat Grapple and Cheap Pops podcast. That is our channel. Please like and subscribe. Touch our bells. You don't even need to get notifications, but it really helps out the channel. It helps us if you just subscribe, touch that bell. So if you're watching us on YouTube, that is us on there. At Chat Grapple Pops on Twitter and Instagram. Also, we've got a Facebook group, Chat Grapple and Cheap Pops podcast on there, which gets a lot of good engagement. So chat with us on there. But if you want to listen to us, you can hear us on Podbean, Spotify, Deezer, Castbox, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, any podcast platform fucking available. We are on it. For downloads, please give us likes, upvotes.
Give us a rating. Give us a 5-star
rating. Give us a review. Yeah. Do that shit, because it really helps us out. It helps us out. And there are things that cost you absolutely zilch to do, but they mean the world to us. So please do it.
Well said, my man. Well said. So thank you so much. We're going to see you next week with, we hope, a wonderful guest who, we are really looking forward to chatting to. Someone that really knows their shit. So for now, we say thank you. We say see you later. We'll see you next time. We appreciate you all for sticking with us. I am JB. I won't go through the phone shop stick with him. He's the best Chris in all the wrestling podcasts. It's Chris Dredd. Take care, everyone. We'll see you soon.